here with a good friend of mine and sort of Devon and Cornwall's top personal trainer, Matt Luxton. Matt Luxton is the owner of Functionally Aware Fitness based in Launceston, and I just brought Matt in today to have a little bit of a talk to you guys about the sorts of things he's been getting up to with his private clients at the moment, the sorts of results he's getting, and just to sort of talk about a couple of like the typical sort of excuses that you've been getting and that you're going to continue to get, much like myself, over the next few months.
I mean, everyone knows now that, you know, cardiovascular exercise is great, but if you're looking to achieve fat loss, then you need to be thinking seriously about resistance-based training to optimise your results. And you know, if you're looking at cardiovascular exercise, you want to be keeping it down to below 30 minutes, certainly for no more than 2 sessions a week, due to the sort of stress levels that you're going to cause on your body and the elevated cortisol levels as a result of that. So a lot of my program design is based on resistance training. We use specific intervals of work and rest with clean, healthy nutrition, and we never count calories.
What just give us an idea of sort of a typical sort of like maybe a home-based workout that you might give to one of your clients if they're looking specifically to say they want to drop, I don't know, 7 pounds in the next 7 days, for instance. As soon as they come to, they say, Matt, I got to go to a ball or a dance or something next weekend.
Yeah.
I've got 7 days. I've got about half a stone to lose. Tell me something that's going to get me there. What would be the initial sort of maybe workout you might give them that they can do just body weight, perhaps at home?
Use combinations of upper body and lower body. So perhaps using one exercise that doesn't necessarily affect the next. So you know, if you were to pick 4 exercises to do, I'd probably maybe get you to do a lunge, then maybe a press up, maybe a squat, and then perhaps a sort of a core exercise.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Sit ups, something like that.
No sit ups. Jeez, that's a swear word. Yeah, no, not sit ups. Shall I tell them why?
Yeah, I mean, do you still find that you get people coming to you saying, "Oh, I'm doing my this is what I get quite a lot. I've been doing my 100 sit-ups, 100 press-ups a day, or 3 times a week, but I've still got this bloody great big beer gut."
Yeah, it's probably got bigger, isn't
it? Yeah, they can't understand why. So maybe you can just sort of discuss that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like myself and Andy, both hear this quite a lot, and it's a massive problem and a big myth. What actually happens is when you're doing a sit-up, you're not actually working your true core muscles. You're actually working your hip flexors, because what you're doing is you're drawing your torso towards your hip, and the only thing that does that is your hip flexors, essentially. So as a result of that, you end up with what we call an anterior pelvic tilt, which is where the pelvis tilts forward due to tight facilitated muscles on the front of the hip, and subsequently makes your stomach look like you've just emptied its contents onto the floor. Because you've actually generated this tilt. Not only have you done that, but you've also now turned off the opposite muscle group, which is your glutes. So every time you go to do a leg exercise, your glutes aren't working, so you're not burning as many calories, because you've done a load of sit-ups that you thought were going to burn body fat, but what they've done is they've made your stomach look bigger by pushing the contents of your digestive tract into your abdominal wall.
And this whole idea of sort of being able to spot reduce, say doing 100 bicep curls a day to give you big biceps, or 1,000 sit-ups a week to give you great abs, pile of crap, in your opinion? I
think 1,000 bicep curls would definitely give you bigger biceps, but it's not going to make you reduce body fat. Yeah, and the sit-ups. But yeah, spot reduction doesn't happen. Don't get me wrong, you can do specific exercises for fat loss, but you can't say, I've got muffin tops, so I've got to do lots of side planks. The side planks are great exercise, by the way, but you cannot spot reduce. You know, I'm loath to say it, but it is about burning calories. There's a lot more to fat loss than just burning calories, but you do need to burn calories. So by isolating muscle groups, you're not creating a massive energy demand.
Yeah.
So my answer to spot reduction is no, you can't.
6 weeks later.
Yeah, we'll get there in the end.
And with I find myself, I get a lot of people say, you know, when you ask them what their current training program is, when they come in, they've been training for like, I don't know, 12, 24 weeks. I've been doing on the treadmill. I've been burning 150 calories. Then I go on the rower. I burn 150 calories. Then I go on to the cross trainer and burn another 150 calories. That's like a typical workout. Someone will tell me they've been doing in the gym. Just all sort of steady pace. You know, they'll be in there for like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah.
And they can't understand why they're still fat.
So
what do you reckon?
Basically, that kind of generic gym program is just something that you know, your guy in the gym who's not necessarily you know, as well informed, it's going to it's just going to give you a generic program. So it's probably not going to give you an assessment. You know, like yourself and I do before we ever meet a client, we always do an assessment. And the reason that they're not losing weight doing that is purely because there's so much stress on the body. Due to the amount of cardiovascular exercise in there, and there's no resistance training which creates an afterburn. So that like the EPOC effect. Basically, you create a deficit of oxygen that goes on for maybe up to 38 hours after training.
Yeah.
So you're basically, by doing resistance training, you're creating a situation where you're burning calories when you sleep, and you don't get that with cardiovascular exercise, which also will tend to reduce muscle mass as well. So yeah.
Shouldn't that, I suppose, it's just kind of typical steady state cardio, really, isn't it? With that, I mean, if you're doing like your interval training or something, then you can get a similar kind of effect as the resistance in terms of your metabolism, in that you can sort of keep that ramped up for sort of up to 24 hours, I think.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do cardiovascular exercise, like I said, cardiovascular is great, but it's got to be in the right format.
Short, sharp, to the point.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no point in being in the gym on a going around all the machines, half an hour here, half an hour there, half an hour there, half an hour there. 3 hours later, you come out. Oh, I'm so tired.
No. Yeah,
waste of time.
Yeah, exactly. You probably could have done burnt far more calories in 20 minutes with specific exercises in the right order.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. And just lastly, like, I mean, I tend to get people telling me that reasons, or perceived reasons, that they're currently not able to train, or even when you're training them, they can't follow this because of this. What would you say the number one reasons you're getting? And would you say they're reasons, or is it actually just an excuse?
You get excuses all the time. The biggest problem I get, I think, generally, is I seem to hear this word moderation quite a lot. Everything's okay in moderation. Put it this way, moderation is for the weak. Because if you're going to do something, you've got to do it properly. So if you're going to do your training, it's not about doing your lunges, your squats, your press-ups in moderation. It's about training, doing them specifically for the set amount of time that you've been given by your trainer. And as far as nutrition is concerned as well, moderation is a word that seems to slip in there all the time. Oh, it's alright if I eat, everything in moderation. No. Seems
the bigger you are, the more times you say that, eh?
yeah, exactly, yeah. So I think the more obese you are, perhaps the more times you're going to say moderation.
Yeah.
So just if you're going to do something, do it properly. Buy into whatever advice you've been given, and you'll succeed.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, you best crack on, 'cause I know you've got to get back down and get some work done at some point today.
Yeah.
You can't be chilling out and making videos all day long. So good to see you.
Yeah. Cheers, Andy.
I'll catch you in a bit.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.